All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Now the return, Rashad Green. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
On the ground, this is TJ Yeldon. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. That will complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. They'll toss it to Yeldon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Lucy.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
39, Lucy.
Bortles to throw on second down. Completes it to Moncrief left side. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he finds Safarian Jenkins. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it. They love it because now everyone gets locked in. The confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Spread right, spread right, snap. Hey, spread left. Lucy.
Bortles to throw once more. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. And it's third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock. Here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Hank.
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Mack. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Throw. Reggie.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted to practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. In on the tackle, Kamoko Toure.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half in some of these shorter games.
And he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And it won't count for 6. He's brought down, but inside the 5. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, that's Mack, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now T.J. Yeldon. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Cole. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Looking long for Westbrook. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here's Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. Third and long, it's Locke. He's going to look deep down the field. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jack Doyle, 77 yards. And the Colts strike quickly here for 6 points. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important.
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think they just stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Bortles now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. To throw is Bortles. He goes underneath for Yeldon. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's Bortles to throw. Looking left sideline, incomplete. T.J. Yeldon, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
Well, Ray, seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Looking long for Westbrook. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Now a carry from Mack. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
12. Simple. Hey, easy.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. Able to get away. And escapes the sack. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's a gain of 9 yards. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides. Now a play fake, and it's Locke. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. They'll run with Mack. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Here's Luck now on second down. It's complete to Golden Tate. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now again, it's Michael. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, here's Luck. Being chased out left. And he's got Rodgers. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And that makes the score 21-0. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Green to bring it back. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Now this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got 0 benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Flush to his right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Lucy.
Bortles now to throw. Hall bringing it in. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. And even 40 yards. From midfield, here's Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
See right. Look up. Watch warning.
On second down, here's Locke. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Locke. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
Strong right. One alert. 622. Go ahead. One, 622.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
A shotgun snap for Locke. Over the middle, complete. That's Doyle. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one. And that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Fights loose. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
On 1st and 10, Luck. Steps away to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Rolling, we're rolling. Let it roll, let it roll, let it roll. 5, 6, 3, 2, 1.
They'll try the air now with Luck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Ryan Grant in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Green to bring it back. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. It's the Lions that have grabbed the early lead, and we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. A run by Mack to start the drive. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
12, 12, 12. 11Z. 1, 6, 3. Alert, alert, alert.
Now a first down throw. Luck. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down. Throwing on first down is Bortles. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. This is Yeldon. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
11.
To throw, it's Bortles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cole. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Bortles now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's first and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
11B.
Shotgun now for Bortles. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Bortles going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point tacked on by Lambo. And that will get him one closer. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total.
Right, 675.
Starting the drive with a give to Mack. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. staying on the ground with Mack. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Calais Campbell on the stop.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Luck. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Right, 6:22. Monday, 53.
And they'll go on the ground. And now running right through it. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
The Colts on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll run it here. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
I know it's all smiles on the offensive side of the ball right now, but you and I both know the entire mindset was just pick up the first down. What do you call that, one of those gravy plays?
Gravy, absolutely. They got more than they bargained for.
Love the way it turned out for them. Couldn't imagine going into the play that they thought this would be the end result.
Yeah, the defense got to be shaking their head, though.
Let's go, Mexico!
Now a handoff. It's Christian Michael. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They run again with Michael. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense get a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. The first carry for the rookie, it's Jordan Wilkins. Oh, now he bowls him over. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Back now in Indianapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Hurry, hurry!
They run again with Wilkins. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jordan Wilkins with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Colts add on to their lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. Green to bring it back. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Bortles now on first down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
So right, so right.
Bortles will try again on second down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jared Davis in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right?
Yes,
as the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Ah, yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from the first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Now the rookie from NC State, this is Naeem Hines. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. On the ground, it's Michael. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the fourth quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Check. 1, 2, 3. Switch.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And a loose football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were, and so possession will remain with Indy.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They run with Wilkins, and he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but look better on that play. And Vinatieri's kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Green to bring it back. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully cook the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. They go play action here on 1st down. Caught, Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cole. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Sunday.
After the penalty, it's Yeldon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, They talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down.
11B. Hank.
Now Bortles got to have this one. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught for a touchdown. Now hold everything here. Flag in the backfield. This one might be coming back. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Move.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Charles Tapper able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Wilkins. And a solid run down inside the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Can't afford another delay here as they come up again on 2nd and goal. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And they take a knee. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Indianapolis, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Tennessee Titans come to town. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.